Hi everyone, Nick from Wellable here for another Whiteboard Wednesday session. This week's topic is employee wellness rewards. As many of you know, employers offer their employees rewards and incentives to encourage participation in their wellness program. We have 3 pro tips for you today to make the most of your wellness reward budget. Pro tip number 1, timing of rewards. This means having the reward delivery as close to the activity you're trying to incentivize as possible. So if it's a daily step goal, for example, giving that reward the following day rather than at the end of the year is a good example of timing. 3 reasons to do this. First, present bias. Behavioral economics teaches us that as individuals, we value a reward in the present than an equal or similar reward in the future. It's a classic 1 in the hand versus 2 in the bush. As an employer, if you know the employee values that reward in the present, by making it current or making it closely timed to the specific activity, allows you to get the most bang for your buck. Second reason is small accomplishments. So you want to reward small accomplishments. So rather than have a program that rewards someone for averaging 8,000 steps per day and rewarding them at the end of the year, by making that daily or even monthly, you're rewarding those small kind of accomplishments along the way that encourages them to constantly participate and engage in the program. Likewise, it allows them to associate the reward with the specific activity. 2 good examples here. Pavlov's dog. If Pavlov, put the salt on the dog's tongue and then rang the bell, 2 weeks or a month later, the dog would never have been conditioned to salivate when the bell was rang. You want to connect the 2 activities, in this case, your healthy behavior with the wellness reward. Another good example is social media. Why is social media addictive? It's because whenever you post a photo or like a comment or whatever it is, people are engaging with your post. Facebook sends you a push notification. It feels good. Your body releases dopamine. It makes you want to come back, put another post, share another photo, constantly engage with that platform. By linking those 2 very close together and by Facebook constantly notifying you the minute something happens, you're associating the 2 things. Your body's releasing dopamine. It makes you feel good. It makes you want to go on social media. Third reason, removes barriers to participation. So I can't tell you the number of times I talk to employers that have an annual program. If the employee completes a certain number of activities over that year, the following year they get a prize or reward. The problem with that, if you're a new hire late in the year or an existing employee in the middle of the year, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, that boat's left. I can't complete these activities. I don't want to participate. And that comes at the detriment of both the employer and the employee. The employee is deferring healthy behaviors. The employer is not getting the value from the wellness program because not all employees are participating. Second pro tip is diversity. All employees are different. They're individuals. We got to remember that. And so if they're individuals, they all have individual preferences. So one person may prefer one type of reward, someone may prefer a second type. By having a diverse option of rewards, employees can choose which one means the most to them. And that employer who's delivering the reward knows that their reward has the greatest impact in terms of encouraging participation, encourage them to engage sustainably and things like that. One important thing to note is that preferences do change, and they change more often than you would think. So allow the employee to change their preference or their reward option as frequently as they want. So if 1 month cash is what motivates them, let them choose that. If the next month is vacation days, let them choose that. It allows you to ensure you're getting the most bang for your buck on your wellness reward program. Third pro tip, tiers. So we work with a lot of companies that have binary programs, which I mean, take 8,000 steps a day, you get a prize. Going back to that example, rather than do that, create tiers. So have tiers where it's 4,000, 6,000, 8, 10, 12. That way, if someone's at the lower end, taking 4,000 steps a day, they're going to want to participate. If they see the 8,000 step goal, they'll go, I can't hit that. I don't want to participate. And even though they are the ones who can benefit the greatest from the program, they choose not to participate and opt out of the program. Likewise, get someone with 10,000 steps per day, they're going to say, well, I don't need to change my behavior. I'm still hitting all my goals. I'm getting the reward. So all of a sudden you're giving out reward dollars and spending money for not encouraging incremental improvements in terms of healthy behaviors. By creating a tier system, anyone can participate, and everyone is encouraged to kind of move up the tiers and encourage and do additional activities. Quick example here, this little chart's an illustrative example of a program. Let's assume this payout's monthly. The one thing we'll talk about in terms of timing is we like the daily rewards. If that's too much of an administrative burden, you can go monthly, no less frequently than quarterly. We don't like the annual programs. But let's assume this is a monthly program. It hits the timing objective. It hits the diversity objective because you can choose between cash, HSA dollars, PTO, and premium. One thing to note is that employers can maybe overweight the dollars to HSA if they want to encourage or kind of direct employees to choose one options. HSAs are a financial instrument in terms of savings and financial wellness. So by doing that, by maybe putting extra weight there, employers are helping encourage financial wellness as well. And then in terms of tiers, you have 5 tiers, different step ranges. It doesn't need to be steps. I know we talked a lot about steps. It can be any type of wellness activity, but regardless of where you are in the spectrum, there's no reason for you not to choose to participate. And when you're participating, there's always reasons for you to kind of move up those tiers and earn greater prizes. Hope this was helpful. We'll be back next week for another Whiteboard Wednesday session. Thanks.